This short training video gives an introduction to using the Travel and Expenses Mobility application, the T&E app. The app should make it quicker and easier for you to claim your travel and expenses in SERPs when you are on the move. The app is not intended to replace the SERPs portal, but will offer an additional route to make your expenses claims. Before you start using the T&E app, you should check that you have a GSK MUD ID and password, that you are an existing SERPs T&E user, and that you have an iPad which is managed by GSK and that has the AirWatch application installed. The T&E app allows you to make an expense claim in SERPs, including capturing any receipts and allocating expenses from your corporate credit card. Once the claim has been entered into the app, it follows the SERPs procedure for approval. The claim will be routed to your normal approver, and you will continue to receive emails from SERPs about progress. The application works both online and offline, so you can use it on the move. When using the application, you may notice that information has not yet been synced with SERPs, or that you receive an email notification which is not currently reflected on your app. This is quite normal. The data will be stored until the next sync is due. You can download the application from the GSK app catalogue on your iPad. Do this on a Wi-Fi connection and when you have enough time to allow the app to download. The first time you log in, you'll be asked to provide your GSK MUD ID and password. Make sure you've agreed to the terms and conditions of the application. Now you have logged into the application, you will see a list of your current and approved trips, including any that you've created in the portal. The trips are listed according to their status. A trip will show as open until you submit it for approval, when it becomes submitted. The trip will continue to show as submitted until it is approved. As well as the status, the list of trips includes the name, date, and SERPs trip number for each trip. If you receive an email from an approver to amend your expense claim, you can make any amendments in the app. Use the trip number to identify the trip you need to update. Once the approver has agreed the claim, the trip will show as approved or pending payment, and finally paid once the settlement run has been taken. If you want to add a credit card expense, you can choose from the list of expenses loaded from Amex. If the credit card expense is a work expense, you then complete the details in the same way as an out-of-pocket expense. If the expense is a personal expense, you can indicate it by pressing the button here. You can also split a credit card expense, for example a hotel bill, into multiple expenses, such as dinner and accommodation. You can view a PDF which summarises your expense claim by clicking on the top right-hand corner of the app. You can print this and attach it to your paper receipt to submit them to the office if this is required. Once you've completed the trip, you can submit it by pressing on the suitcase in the top right corner of the screen. You can change the details of the trip at any time until it is approved.